Yo, yo, yo. What's up?
What's up with it?
Benji with
We're
the
back.
dance.
I mean,
Benji with
whatever
Gathered
the
around the fire.
got
Yeah.
going on.
A little Marvin Gaye going on that, that I
Okay.
want you.
Benji with the button down
Yes,
on the
yes.
day, y'all. Last week, last week he had on.
Oh,
I think last week he had the mint sweater on. Today,
Experiment.
the spearmint sweater on. Today, he got the button down, Mister Professional.
We had to go professional, you know what I'm saying? Had to step in the office, you know what I'm saying? So, went from there to school, you know how it is for a hustler, you know what I'm saying? School, work, then back to the podcast, you know what I'm saying? We got to make it happen, you know what I'm saying? So we had to be professional today for the meetings, you know what I'm saying? How I look?
Short. You look short.
It's spiffy.
You look short. Definitely short. No, but hey, y'all. Benji posted a picture this a few days ago, and I don't know what he did to that picture or what kind of magic he did, but he looked tall on the picture. So I was like, wow, I was astonished.
Yes.
Like, you actually look tall on the picture.
5'11".
I'm only 5 feet, so I need them angles.
He definitely took a picture. He definitely took that picture from a different angle because he looked way too tall.
Shout out to the photographer who took the picture because according to Ken, you made me look taller. And but I was more upset that they spelled my name wrong on the billboard. So you know what I'm saying? Like I'm just saying, you can't spell my name wrong.
Shout out to Trisha Michelle. She can't be with us tonight, but she is definitely in the comments. She said Benji put the camera on the ground.
Go ahead. What's up, girl? What's happening with your forehead? Appreciate you being in the comment section.
Oh man, yeah. So we give Benji a hard time, but that's our guy. Yes. So lots of love to my guy Benji. That's actually my fam, as we told y'all before. So sometimes I can mess with him a little bit more, but I ain't gonna let y'all do it. You know what I'm saying? Because that's our family road.
You know what, Ken? We might be on the double side.
I know, crazy. Benji's got some stuff going on, and we talked about it. And Benji, if you want to talk to the people, just talk to the people briefly about your situation.
Okay, so FYI, never really met my pops. I don't know who he is. Okay, but did some inquiring, searching around. Found out he passed like 2 years ago, right? So, but found out his full name. Now, I knew his first name, Benny, but I didn't know the last name. So I'm like, yo, like, whatever, so I'm checking it out. And so I posted, you know what I'm saying? And then the homie Ken put like, man, I know some Jacksons. And I'm like, oh, man, here we go. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, we already family. So, long as they straight, I don't know. So we're trying to figure some stuff out. I heard I got a brother and a new brother and a new sister, you know what I'm saying, somewhere out there floating. So we're going to try to make it happen,
Yeah, that's wild. Yeah, because my mom's side is Jackson's, and my dad Benji's my cousin on my dad's side already. Right. So I'm like, we cousins twice, boy. That's some country Texas stuff right there.
Yes. Country Texas stuff, yeah. You know everybody was kind of, you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? Creeping around each other's corners. Hey, man. They were sleeping with the women that wasn't
1 year old, so I can't say nothing on this conversation.
Oh, wow. Really?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
I got a 1-year-old sister that's an aunt to my 13-year-old son. So,
you know what? That's always been a weird dynamic for me because when I was growing up, there was a chick around us, and she was like 13, and then she was the aunt to a chick who was like 16, and as a kid that was blowing my mind. Like, how is this even possible? But when you got a sibling that's 40, and then you 20, y'all got a 20-year gap in between y'all, that's crazy. Right. So, but hey, shout out to the people who still having kids into their Methuselah stage. You know what I'm saying?
Pops, it's time to cut it.
Pops say he still get active. You know what I'm saying? Still get active.
Hey man. You know what I'm saying? You find a fine young tender in your old age. You know what I'm saying?
That he gotta have
it up. I'm just saying.
Hey, It happens. All right, let's check on our people. Y'all know how we get started. We got to make sure that, you know what I'm saying, our people are good. Y'all see we got two guests with us, two special guests, two friends of the show, put it that way. We got G-Mo, our guy. He's a veteran of the Fiyah Session, and we got
he's a
Pushing
cousin
P.
of the show.
He like a cousin of the show because he done been on the show so many times.
You know, I'll pull up for a plate, man. It's all good.
You know what I'm saying? Pull up for a plate. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
Get the whole thing. You know what I'm saying? When they pull up, it's all love.
Facts. So Pushing P, welcome back to the show. You on a topic show this time. We're not interviewing you, so you can get loose a little bit. How you feeling today?
I'm good. I can have fun. I don't feel like I'm getting interrogated.
Hey, you know, we try to make sure that our interviews are fun, you know what I'm saying, but we want to get that information. But today we definitely gonna get loose and have a lot more fun and have a lot more free flowing conversation. So yeah, y'all get ready for that. But we appreciate you coming and we're glad that you're feeling good.
Welcome back.
Appreciate y'all. Thank you for having me back.
No doubt. G-Mo, what's good, my guy?
Man, I can't call it, man. Everything a blessing, you know.
Look at G-Mo with his Kevin Samuels background.
Hey, hold on.
Let me find out you can play the piano.
You see this couch?
You know what? Y'all know what? Last time G-Mo was on the show, he talked to us about, you know what I'm saying, his new career path, and that's what new career paths will do to you, right? Man, he got a whole new living situation back there. Shout out to G-Mo for getting that bread.
Man, come through and get comfortable.
I mean, you know what I'm saying? I just invite me to the pool party.
Fact. Just don't.
He just said a barbecue.
I mean, I barbecue. You know what I'm saying?
Well, you know how it is.
I'll hook that up.
Nah, Benji, bro, like ever since you've been talking about them Cali tacos, man, I got to get them Cali tacos.
Oh, now see, you definitely, when you pull up out here, holler at your boy.
Yeah,
Benji.
Are you saying you make good tacos or you take them to go get good tacos?
See, you haven't been following me long enough, Pushing.
Okay, because I was going to say you trying to have a cookout because my tacos is the bomb.
Oh, wow.
You know I'm an Egyptian in the kitchen. You know what I'm saying?
I can't do that the first cookout.
Yeah, I think we're going to have a cookout on here.
Yeah, hey, we can definitely do that. I got to be one of the taste testers. You know what I'm saying? Let y'all know what's really popping.
Yeah,
definitely hit me up, G-Mo, when you pull up.
Bet. Now, Benji said that Cali tacos are whooping Texas tacos.
Oh, yeah, no doubt.
For sure, no doubt.
The confidence in that answer.
Yeah. Go ahead, tell him, Pete. Tell him what's up.
I don't even question it, man. You know, like I said, I done had both, man. Both are great. You know what I'm saying? To me, you know what I'm saying? It just depends. Like I told Benji, when you come to Texas, you just got to know where to go get tacos because tacos are everywhere, right?
Yeah.
But you just got to know where to go because everybody ain't doing, you know what I'm saying, the right tacos. You know what I'm saying? You can't go get the tacos at the big name places. You got to know these little mom and pop shops.
That's what I feel. I feel like the one that got the windows that look a little dingy, your tacos from the slap.
I mean, you got to go to the rinky-dink spots, but it's some
like the tacos that be in the back of the gas station. Them tacos from the slap.
Yeah,
I'm not getting my tacos from no
gas.
Yeah,
I ain't get no tacos from no gas.
That's like getting fried chicken from a gas station. I tried it, and that's the reason I'm speaking it. I recently went to Atlanta, and I was like, yeah, I'll have some chicken.
Nah, see, that ain't what it is. See, in Texas, the gas stations here in Texas is a little different. A lot of times in the gas station here, we have people who actually will open up restaurant spots in the gas stations. It's a weird deal, but people who have visited Texas enough and you're around here, you understand what I'm saying. When you go into the gas station, you got the little chicken spot, you got the little taco spot, a little taqueria in there. So
they advertise separately a little bit, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, I heard it's a completely different flavor, so I'm not gonna knock it.
It's Tex-Mex.
Yeah. It
just depends on where you go because some people don't have that. Some people just have the authentic food.
Taco Wars.
The taco war can begin.
We definitely can get down with a taco, and I make two different salsas, so you're gonna have to step your game.
Oh, Benji. She said she makes salsas.
Making a pineapple salsa and a mango salsa, so stay tuned.
Still
Ken, I got the camera, man.
See, Ken, we need to have a Taco Tuesday war with a couple restaurants.
I'm with it.
A couple in Texas. a couple out here or whatever, and we check their food out on live, whoever that chef is, you know what I'm saying? Boom.
You just gonna have
and
to
put
go
that
out. I'll
together.
be in Texas in September. There's a dog show out there for us. So
Okay.
Trisha Michelle has already spoken. She said she rocking with Push and P.
Push P Taco.
I'll show up a little box and send it.
All right, y'all. Benji Banks, the man, the brand. I know we chopped it up with you for a minute, but how you feeling today, my brother?
I'm good today, man. You know what I'm saying? Again, I'm blessed to be in a healthy space right now. So I'm forever grateful for that. On the grind, you know what I'm saying? Like bad breaks and just making some stuff happen, man. Some new stuff, some new beginnings, some new this, new that. You know what I'm saying? Mixing a little bit of, just a little sprinkle of the old, you know what I'm saying, in there, because you can't keep too much of the old in your new space. So, but that's about it, man. You know what I'm saying? Just making it happen. Pool party coming up though. Yo, it's gonna be legit at the penthouse. So y'all,
you got to let me know, man, so I can get my ticket straight and I can get out there to the pool. I'm not getting in it, but I'll be around it. You know what I'm saying?
June. I mean, you know, black folks ain't getting too much in the pool, but we're gonna have a DJ there. We're gonna have the drinks.
Vegas be packing back, so
I ain't getting.
I mean, I know how to swim, so I'm straight. But y'all stay on the lookout. If you follow me, the pool party is gonna be in your. It's gonna be in your messenger because I'm gonna blast it to you. Y'all pull up on your boy. Get your tickets and come pull up. And tickets ain't that expensive, y'all. We're gonna make it a dope event for you to pull up on your boy. Me and my ladies. So it's gonna be dope. It's gonna be dope. Y'all come holler.
It's dope. All right. Well, the week's getting off to a great start. You know what I'm saying? I've been busy myself, trying to make some new changes. And yesterday and on Mondays are my off days at my job. During the week we get 1 day off during the week, and then we get the weekends off. So my off days on Mondays, and I choose to go to the gym, right? So because I had been out for months with a torn Achilles, yesterday was the first day back at the gym, and the people looked at me like they saw a ghost. They were like, "Where you been?" I'm like, "Man, yeah, I tore my Achilles, so I've been out. But let me tell you, I enjoyed myself going to the gym and getting up my shots.
The jumper's still wet though.
It's therapeutic. I do 500 makes, not 500 shots, 500 makes, and then I leave, and I felt great until this morning. So I got up, my leg was on fire, but that's part of the process. And I'm just happy to be up and getting around and able to do something that I love again, man. So I really missed it.
I dig it. Office ACL tearing and dropping 50. I like it.
Yeah, man. I don't know about dropping no 50, but
no excuses.
Yeah, I definitely enjoy my therapy of being able to go and shoot around in the gym and just spend that time in my own mind and be able to think and do something I love.
I dig it.
But y'all already know
my man was somebody he wasn't gonna get back out there on the court. You know what I'm saying?
I kind of lied. I'm addicted.
It's just
to
the hooper in you, dog.
Yeah,
come on, man.
I'm addicted to it, man. Been doing this since I was 4 or 5 years old, so there's no way I can go without it, man.
Yeah, see, I dig that. I like that. Did you get rid of the LeBrons though that are responsible for it?
No, they're actually right here in my studio.
Have you stepped foot in them again?
No, because it's right here next to me, actually on my shelf. And anybody out there who wants a size 15 pair of LeBrons, hit your boy up. You got a kid that hoop. You got a kid that hoop. You got a kid that that hoop that needs some shoes. Holler at me. I got a pair of size 15 LeBrons. Brand new one time, tore my Achilles. He can have them. Donation for Big Ken.
Y'all can have them join.
Hey man, them shoes is bad juju for me, man. I gotta let them go. I gotta let them go.
That's like when they say, you know how they say when you get arrested, you throw the whole outfit away when you get home.
Facts. I've heard that before too. Yeah.
Like get rid of the whole thing.
As soon as you get home, take it off, burn it.
That is funny.
All right, y'all. Y'all already know why y'all here, because y'all heard us talking about the topic and y'all seen the post and everything. This is a very interesting topic. And shout out to my boy Ron Murray with K104 Sports here locally in Dallas, Texas. He hit me with an interesting topic. And he was like, dude, have y'all ever talked about dating somebody that wasn't your type on the show? Like, he was basically just asking, he asked, and this is gonna be funny for Benji and Trisha Michelle. He asked, have you ever dated an ugly chick? And it turned out, good. I'm like, see, that's the
Yeah.
problem for me, because for me, I'm one of the guys, everybody knows if you watch the show, I'm a face guy. I've always been a face guy. So if that's where everything starts with me, I don't care. I never cared like what the body looked like, always the face. So that's a big problem for me.
Right.
if you this right here, not working for me, I don't even get
Bro, like
no
I ain't
further than that. It's
ugly,
done.
can't cut it.
So we wanted to talk about that because I asked people and they all had different experiences, some good, some bad. So we thought it would be an interesting topic to attack today. So that's kind of what we're going to talk about, is dating somebody that is not your type.
Not my type.
So, okay. So now I had to go do my research. I already know I got to come with some facts. We can't just be on here talking and not have some facts involved. So I went
Facts.
to Psychology Today magazine, and it started out saying that ultimately dating someone that isn't your type creates an incredible learning experiences that opens you up to new possibilities, right? They want to help you
Yeah.
learn more versus, versus wants and needs, right? Because it boils down to wants and needs. That's really what this is, right? When you say your type is what you want, sometimes that's not what you need, and that's part of the problem.
It
You
can
know,
also lead to 3 more years of therapy.
I mean, finding the person that you want is probably why you in therapy now.
You guys have
I
some
mean,
I mean, so that's what we're gonna talk about, because it could go both ways. I heard a bunch of different stories in the past week or so since I've been asking people and
right.
talking to people. But I believe that everyone should at least try to date outside of their norm, at least a time or two, to just figure it out. But
Right.
we'll talk about that, because I know some of y'all gonna have some different outlooks.
Some
So
folks is like, nah, man, I ain't never doing it.
So I want to start with the lady on the panel tonight, pushing P. So
I said, no, put me on the spot.
Yeah, this is what it's all about. So
Yeah, ladies
Let's
first.
do this. Let's do this.
do you have a type?
Yes, I do.
Okay, let's talk about your type. Talk about it.
I hate flashy. So
Okay.
men with the bust down huge chains. I don't like designers. So if you're walking around with huge Balenciagas on your feet, I hate them.
Bricks.
Anything, I hate them shoes. No offense, y'all. And actually, my boyfriend does have some, and I tell him every time he wear them, I'm like, oh, I fucking hate them shoes. I'm like, thank God you didn't have those on the day I met you. But I hate designer. I feel like it's just, I don't know, you're trying to be someone you're not, you know? I like my men quiet. I like my men hood.
Oh.
Like, I don't know.
Oh.
I got a little, yeah, I got a type. Yeah.
Because
Okay.
I've heard most women like the bad guy, of course. The bad boy image, you know what I'm saying? The rah, 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 you know what I'm saying? And so they kind of shy away from the gentleman who would treat them, decent respect. And they kind of fall for that image type of thing. And then when they fall for that image type of thing, they find out, yeah, I ain't gonna get nothing out of this.
Yeah, that does go together actually. Because I had to read it real quick. I'm big on the comments. That actually really does go together because men that are rah 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 are usually not. They're just, how do I say?
They're not that.
Yeah, they're not that. And a silent man, to me, men of less words, I like it more. You're not, that means to me, I know a side of you that nobody knows, like the person I'm dating, extremely quiet. He don't really fuck with people. But at home, we be having the time of our lives, busting up, laughing. So to know that I know a side of you that the world doesn't know, I like that.
I can dig that.
Yeah, that's interesting. That's interesting. So when it comes to we know you describe some things that you like as your type, but when it comes down to a body type, face, a certain race, or those type of things? Do you have any of those things that you prefer as well?
Yeah, so obviously I date outside my race. Um
I mean, we don't know that. The audience
oh
don't know that. Talk
I
to
mean, we
us.
don't know. We don't know if you date
Yeah, talk
brothers
to
or
us.
is it
yeah,
strictly Latina or what is it? I mean,
no, I definitely date
you
outside.
might like women. We don't know.
No, I don't like there's no none of that in my body. No, it's not for me. Um, I like tall men, so like a little over 5'11", 6 feet and up. I'm fine with. I'm thicker, so I don't like skinny men. Um, tattoos. I don't know. I do have a type though, and
What about facial wise? What if he's not what if he's cosmetically challenged a bit? Does
What
that
if it
matter
look
to
like
you?
oh,
Lil
that's
Wayne?
okay. Looks go away. The older we get, looks go away. Truth be told, and I'm not always cute. You when I wake up, I'm not the cutest thing in the world. So who am I to tell you?
That's
So
good. That's good perspective right there, though.
yeah,
Some of these people, some of these women think that they're gonna look pretty all their life with all these transformations, this stomach, this belly, the breast enhancers, and all of that, and they think that that's by the time you hit 50, girl, you looking like a plastic surgeon done worked on.
it's a mess. I think that women that do those things, no matter how much work you do towards yourself, you're never gonna be happy. Truth
Right.
be told, there's always something you're gonna pick at. And the older we get, the more our body drops or changes or weight. And it's just you're never gonna be happy. And if you're not happy with yourself, how can you make someone else happy? Or how can that person, how could you make them happy the rest of your life with them when you don't even make yourself happy? So
Right.
Facts.
yeah, I think, it's a whole different subject, but
Right.
Nah,
No,
that's
that
that's
makes
good
sense.
stuff. That's good stuff. Okay, yeah. So that all makes sense to me, and some of the stuff that you mentioned, I kind of expected. When you talk to people and you peruse their social media, you kind of get a sense of, what I'm saying, what people kind of like and what they might go for. So you can tell a lot. So all y'all out there, with the stuff you putting on your social media, trust me, people pay attention to it, and that's what they judge you by, whether you want them to or not. That's what they're gonna judge you by.
That's facts.
no, that's true. You
Yeah.
you give a person the right to judge you when the things we post, honestly.
I
Yeah.
mean, yeah, when you post something, I mean, you got to, it's perception, so to a degree. So, I mean, you're going to get some feedback on it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's part of a problem too with the dating game now, with the addition of social media over the past couple of decades, really. The evolution of that. Now you have to add that into your pick, right? Not only did you meet this person at the store and you talk to them in person or something like that, or at the club or wherever you met them. Now you go to their social media and you want to see if that person that you met and their social media kind of align.
Facts.
They don't
And
most of the
some
time.
people don't. Some people, they want this character of themselves on social media, and you're like, wait a minute, the
They
person
put
I
on the
met.
face.
Mm-hmm.
So
It said that we have three faces. We got the real you, we got the fake you, and then we got the you that's throwing the mask on, trying to hide all of the flaws, the this, the this, the this, and that. So we tend to walk around with those three profiles pretty much all day. So if somebody lets you in that space to find out who you actually are, then that's where the game becomes different, because now I could be physically attracted to you, but when I get into that mind of yours and you don't know how to balance a checkbook,
People are so ugly.
man, listen, I met some pretty girls, boy, but Lord, can you throw her back in the seat? And I'm
Oh,
telling you, it's like, yeah, I'm good. I'm straight. Yeah, I'm all
no.
right.
And that's
And they
another thing
think
why I
because
say
they are pretty or they have a great physical appearance that matters to all men. No, it only matters to some men, and some just want to smash. If you got some coins, you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna take those while I smash, but I don't really want to be with
Benji said he trying to knock the Mario coins out of you.
you.
he said he feeling like Pac-Man.
Oh yeah,
I
he
used to.
Benji's definitely Pac-Man. He loves tacos.
Yeah.
I've been delivered. I've
Oh
been
my
set free. I've been delivered.
That is funny.
Oh man, yeah, but I mean, like a lot of the things that you said, some of the usual things you hear ladies say, and that they're looking for, in a man. So that's not nothing out of the ordinary because some of the some of the stuff, some of the responses I got this week, for some people, kind of shocked me because I don't see them on a regular basis or I'm not around them, so I don't know, what they're looking for.
Hmm.
And you have people that approach you say, "Can you hook me up with some of your homeboys? Or do you have any nice friends that I could possibly date or something like that?" And then they
I
start
don't hook people up for nothing. You ain't
well,
gonna put that on me.
they start naming off these things that they're looking for, and I'm like, well, no, I don't have
You're
nobody that
trying to
fit
win
those
the
categories.
lottery in this joint.
Hey, that's something we'll talk about too because some people just have some unrealistic expectations.
Hmm.
Facts.
And that's a big, big, big problem. All right, so Gmo, you got your back on. So with you throughout your life, like, do you have or have you had a type?
Can we hear you? You on mute? We can't hear you.
We can't.
He out. He's still off.
Yeah, we can't. Gmo doesn't have audio, so
He in that big old house and ain't got the right audio.
Pull up
Lord, have mercy.
signs. Write it
Come
on a
on,
paper.
Kevin Samuel, get it together.
all right. So
He,
just say something. Just say something. Just keep talking till we can hear you. Until
he
then,
talking till we can hear you.
let's hop over to Benji. Benji, what kind of types you have, man? That's gonna be interesting.
Now, okay. Disclaimer. Okay.
see, you already know this finna go sideways. he
Yeah.
put up a disclaimer before he even said anything.
Hold on. Let me make sure, baby. You are my type from head to toe. Let me make sure we put that out there. She watching, baby. You my type from head to toe, middle, all of that. And I love tacos, as Ken said. All right. Put it like this. Okay. So my type when I was growing up or as I, progressed through dating, I always thought short girl, long hair, was always into Latinas, that type of thing, right? So, but if she was short, cute, pretty, you know what I'm saying? Cool with me. Didn't matter if she was white, black, whatever. Of course, you grow up in your culture, you grow up around Hispanic women, black women. That's predominantly who you see for the most part. So I always went for that. My first girlfriend was short, pretty, long hair, light skin, all of that. You know what I'm saying? So cool. But as I progressed, I found out coming from where I come from, you wanted a girl that treated you right.
Right.
So as I got into that 16, 17, 18, because it's easy to find a hoe. That's easy. You like when you come from the hood, when you come from the places where we come from, when you get you a little bread, when you get you some money, that's easy, man. Like that's cake. Like you get the prettiest girl is always pulling up on you, whatever, right? So as I got older, I realized where I came from, I wasn't gonna maintain nothing with a female who just looked good and was my type because she had to be smart. Because we come from smoking weed, drinking, partying, all these type of women around, and it's like I wouldn't want my girl in this atmosphere because I wasn't necessarily attracted to that atmosphere. So I smoked weed, but I didn't want a girl that smoked weed. So it was like, all right, but in my, single dating days, you get what I'm saying? Like, that's what you're doing. Like you pulling up, you the finest chick, you didn't care if she smoked or if she drank, you pulling up. It's like, whatever. If she fine, she's sexy, you know what I'm saying? We straight. But I knew I couldn't have that woman as long-term. And so I dated a chick who was totally out of my type. And bruh, when I say to you, it was probably one of the biggest mistakes I ever made. Bro, I'm not lying to you. Had a kid, dated her. She had a little boy. And man, I promise you, this girl, she was pretty. This girl was a hellraiser to the 10th power. And then I found out she popped perks and all of that. I was like, yeah,
How
no.
did you not find that out in the beginning?
Whoa.
Because people can hide things. Like pretty girls, like out there in the game, pretty girls, they can hide things. Because they looking for a dude who's clean cut, you know what I'm saying, got his thing together, whatever. Like, so they don't throw everything on the table from the jump. And if you get attached to a pretty girl, kid, and all that type of stuff, it's like, yo, man, like, I'll never do this again. But she was my type.
Right.
To a degree, right? Like, so it was like, all right, cool, let me check this out. But in the back of your mind, you like, pimping, this ain't gonna work. Nah, this ain't gonna work. Nah, because it's like she don't fit nothing that you're trying to reach for. Like, she couldn't even work in that atmosphere. So it's like, you know what? Yeah, I'm cool, man. I can't do it. So, and Lord, I can't even say what I want to say, but nigga, I'm happy. I dodged that.
You say, yeah, you can.
I'm happy I dodged that one, boy, because, man, listen, it was just too much, dog. Like, it was way too much involved. The bra was a thief to the 10th power. Like, it was crazy, bro. Like, I caught it. I caught it stealing one day out of one of my accounts, bro. Like, for real. You know, I'm meticulous, bro. I check everything. You get what I'm saying? I wake up in the morning checking stuff. And I'm like, hold on. Where this come from? Amazon done charged me like a grip. Like, hold on. So, you know what I'm saying? I called my bank. Like, what's going on, Mr. Banks? And they can track the address, everything. So, you know me, I called, you know what I'm saying? Hey, you know what? Like, I didn't tell her, you know what I'm saying? Just to test the bra, you know what I'm saying? See what was going on. Hey, you know what? Did you happen to check, you know what I'm saying? This, you know, did you order something out? No, I didn't, you know, I didn't do anything, this and that. And I was like, nigga. This bra sit up here. That's when I knew, but before then I knew leave this broad alone. But then when it came to you gaffling me, you stealing from me, like then it became like, yo, let me. That's my clear sign. Get up out this joint, because then she made it seem like her son had did it. Who was a little boy. The kid was like 6, 7 years old.
Those are two things you don't do. Hold on. You didn't stole from somebody, and then you done lied on the baby. You done lied on the baby.
Do a video, dog. Like, I don't even know if I still got the video in my phone. I probably don't. Made the baby do a video and apologize to me. I'm like, wow, this heifer just lying her ass off. And I was like, yo, it was hilarious, man. But again, when you know it, man, you know it. Like, don't play with yourself. Don't play with your emotions. Respect yourself. You get what I'm saying? Because you'll fool around. You get attached to one of these chicks, man, one of these dudes. And, man, they about as wild as, you know, Israel in the wilderness. Like, you just leave it alone.
He hit us with a Bible reference. Some of y'all got off the deep end. Y'all lost on that one, but we just going to keep on going.
It's been a while. My Bible got some dust on it, but I'm going to open that thing tonight.
Facts. All right, Gmo, you back with us, man. Talk to us about your type. Do you have a type? Have you had a type? Talk to us about that.
Yeah, sorry about that connection. I'm gonna blame.
Man, get it together, Kevin Samuels.
I'm gonna blame it on Benji X son. But I think back in the day. Today, man, I don't really have a type. I have more of a checklist of items I think you should have before being around me. But back in the day, I think I was trauma bonded, man. I used to like the dark-skinned girls. I think that's because we was dark together. I was like, yeah, they hate me. You know what I'm saying? We chocolate together. Yeah, we got to stick together. You know what I'm saying? And so I used to like the chocolate big booty girls. You know what I'm saying?
Did you say chocolate big booty girls?
Chocolate big, yeah. To be a weakness of mine, and they didn't cause every one of my scars, dog. So I had to switch it up. It was no good.
They probably stole from you and everything, huh?
Everything, man. Like they was all my scars. I'm like all my war wounds is from Chocolate Girl. And yeah, so But yeah, that was my thing, and chocolate hood girls at that. I was playing with dangerous fire. You know
Yeah.
Chocolate hood girl?
chocolate hood girls was yeah.
Pretty and chocolate?
Yes.
Dang.
That's been my
Yeah,
thing.
yeah, you're in trouble, dog. I'm sorry.
And it was never nothing against lighter complected women. I thought they were fine too. But I just felt like we was connected because I was like, we dark. They hating on us. We together. So you know what I'm saying?
Hating on us?
We together.
What you talking about?
Girl said we together. You can't see none of us in the nighttime in the bed.
I was like the light skinned ones. They got it easy. We got it rough out here. We together. Yeah. And I'm talking about every time I had a meaningful relationship, it was probably with a light complected woman. And not that color mean anything to me. You know what I mean? Like there was definitely younger, more.
It don't mean nothing, but sometimes it does. Like, and it's not even that you're being racist or any of that. Sometimes dating your own race is easier only because of the people around you, or you don't know what their families are going to be like, you know?
Right.
That's something I fear in my child and who he decides to marry one day, because you don't know if their family is going to be open to you know, his race or you know, things of those sort.
Yeah.
These mixed babies gonna kind of have it good, dog. They ain't got to worry about some of this stuff.
Man, don't do that. Don't do that.
Yes and no.
Don't do that.
That's true. That was just a little jab.
Yeah, because I'm definitely the opposite of Gmo, where when I was younger, it was crazy because I fancied the light-skinned girls. And it was weird because I'm light-skinned, they're light-skinned, but kind of the same reason. Was,
you know, because y'all sticking together.
No, but it's similar. It's similar because, you know, light-skinned people out there can tell you that we kind of, especially growing up in the 80s, you kind of had that middle ground where darker complected black people didn't really accept you. They kind of looked at you as an outcast. And then of course, if you know, white people didn't really accept you because you weren't white. So it was like you was just in this middle ground of where do I belong? And, you know, everybody looked at you like, okay, well, y'all got it easy, when it really wasn't as easy as it seemed, because you don't feel accepted by anybody pretty much. Right. So, you know, it's kind of like that thing. But at the same time, I think for me, like I said, my biggest thing wasn't ever, you know, race, skin color, none of that. It was just the face. If I couldn't look you in the face and didn't like what I saw, like I'm one of those type of people still to this day. I look at movies and if there's one actress, I'm not gonna even say her name because maybe we can get on the show one day. I don't want to be disrespectful. One of her nostrils is bigger than the other one. Like in every movie I see it, I point it out, right? I'm like, one of her nostrils it's kind of like Forrest Whitaker, where he got the little slokey eye. Like I look at stuff like that. Like if you blink and one of your eyes blinks a little bit slower than the other one, I'm catching that. I'm seeing it.
Looking for
it. Keep my eyes open now.
Like it's not the fact that I'm really looking for it.
I'm waiting for Ken to slip up and just.
It just catches my attention, right? Stuff like that just catches my attention because I look at the face. Like I'm looking at your nose, I'm looking at all that, lips. So for the things for me, like I've dated girls of all different weights, all different ages. Because when I was 18, I dated a 36-year-old. My mom wasn't too happy about that. Shout out to my moms. So you know,
like the man though, wasn't
you know what? I was confused. I was confused at feeling like the man or not, because she was cute, but she was big. I mean, kind of big. Like at that point, I was about to. At that point, I was about. Hold on. At that point, I was maybe about 230. You know what I'm saying? Right out of high school.
Above 230.
Bruh, she was pushing about 3, at least 3.
So you needed a step ladder to get.
Nah, I ain't need a step ladder. I'm not you, but. She was tall. She was about 5'9" or something like that. But you know, at that point, I'm maybe, you know, just out of high school, so I wasn't 6'5" yet. I was probably about 6'2". But you know, I was taller than she was, but she was a big lady. But you know,
she had dope snacks though, didn't she?
Hey, she had a lot of snacks.
I bet she could cook like a mug too.
She had a lot of snacks. She could cook because she
You
had.
know they can cook when they got the little like arm, you know.
She definitely had all that. She had kids and everything.
You was getting all the gushes and fruit roll-ups and everything out of her,
Bro.
Start
She
crying.
was 36. Do you understand? If
No,
I'm 18,
As
if I'm
you're saying
18,
that, I'll be 33 this year, and I can never picture myself dating no 18-year-old.
listen,
I
listen.
don't care how. I won't even look towards you are a baby to me. Even in your early 20s, under the age of 25, you're still a baby to me. And I'm 33.
Kim was the young buck laying that.
Say, hey. But I'm just saying, like, it was crazy because when I met this lady, like, she really didn't pique my interest when I saw her. But as she got closer and she came, I was working at Sears and Redbird Mall here in Dallas, Texas, and she would come in there, and I actually saw her up close. She was very pretty.
Could you pick her up though, dog? Could you pick her up? Could you?
She was very pretty. So, you know, and that's what drew me in because she was cute. And I've fallen victim to that many times with girls that really didn't check most of the boxes that I liked, but because they were beautiful, like I gave it a shot.
Right.
And they were clearly not my type by the boxes that I needed to check, but they met one of the criterias, which was important to me as a young person, is were they cute? So yeah, they got me.
I can dig that because a pretty face can go a long way.
Well, you gotta be able to wake up to the person. We not blind, you know. I'm not saying like.
I mean, I do want to roll over and see you looking, you know, half decent without your makeup on. You know what I'm talking about? Like,
yeah.
So you got to leave it like 5 when it's still kind of medium dark.
And see, that's my thing. Like y'all are saying, like I prefer, you know, natural. So I've always done that. You know what I'm saying? Like my mom was one of those ladies where she wore a little bit of makeup. Like you never saw her with a ton of makeup on and stuff. So of course, as you grow up and you have your mom around, you kind of pick and choose some things from your mom. And that's some of the things that you look for in you know, in a girl. So I didn't see my mom putting on a whole bunch of makeup. So I didn't think that was necessary. So when I saw that automatically was a red flag to me. She got on a ton of makeup. What's under there?
Well, that was a huge deterrent, and I learned that in church because when I would pull up with my suits, and then you would hug the lady, and then all that makeup would come off on you. I was like, yeah, I can't do it, dog. Like I'm good. You were straight, but it was like, nah, you got on too much makeup. Like
Benji at church hugging Sister Jones, and she's 65 with white diamonds on.
That white diamond perfume.
Yeah.
We had the whole church smelling like that white diamond perfume.
Elizabeth Taylor. Yeah, Elizabeth Taylor.
More women could cook though, bro.
Hey, them old women got them little pointy bras on. They're like, they take your
they was retired and everything, boy. And they were
missile titties.
You coming out with
the put the leather on it. She got the lemon pepper steppers.
Oh man.
I'm not.
Yo.
Hey, Benji know it's true. He know it's true.
I ain't lying to you. I ain't gonna reveal no secrets, you know what I'm saying? But I'm telling you straight up. Like, yeah, man, you gotta be careful out in these church streets. The older ones is bold.
Oh, yeah, big facts.
They bold. They ain't playing no games with you.
They ain't got nothing to lose. They done been out here for decades.
Will pull up on you with her cane.
They've been out. As we get older as women too, it's just easier to be like, look, this is what I want. This is what, you know, we're not gonna beat around the bush.
She
that give you the business.
She know the engine ain't been purring for a while, so she know what she looking for.
She might even have like a little lunchbox ready for you when you leave in, like a little kid.
A snack pack. She left with a snack pack.
She bought the greens on Sunday, dog. Like she bought it all on Sunday for you. Your baby, she ain't doing this for you. Here you go. And she did it in such a nice way.
They got some meat thawing out in the sink with a little stream of water running on it.
She will turn into your type to your stomach real quick. Like, hold on. I've been eating Burger King and McDonald's for about 2-3 weeks. Hold on.
I heard that a lot of women can't cook. I didn't really see when I first got divorced. I was like, this is gonna be easy. I'm gonna come into this. I'm gonna find me somebody. It is bad out here.
Ooh,
And then when
God
I'm
is
talking
my
women
witness.
go,
I can
man,
testify.
oh my God, it is bad out here. Yeah.
I had to make a quick detour, man.
Ladies, you got to be able to cook, because after the dude put something in your stomach, he wants you to put something in his.
I'm agree with y'all.
But it's a real thing out here where it's a lot of women
Facts.
debating about they don't want to cook no more. Like they like, what is, like, why I gotta cook?
Listen, it ain't an issue really for me, because kitchen is therapeutic for me. Me getting in the kitchen, doing my thing, that's therapeutic for me. But what you cannot do is be the type that don't know how to like shop and bring stuff. Like, be a part of the process. Like something like, you know how to open a can, you know how to, you know what I'm saying? I can coach you on the cooking. So I ain't really too hell bent on a woman knowing how to cook, because I can get down. But if you coachable at this age and at my space where I'm in now, like if you coachable, I'm a coach. I can get you to do anything if you listen. I'm just saying.
Y'all heard that? Read between the lines.
Yes. I'm a coach. It's just simple. I teach you how to make layups. I ain't out there trying to play and dribble the ball. I don't do that no more.
Yeah, don't dribble balls.
But I can teach you how to make a layup for sure.
Facts.
Easy buttons.
All right, so check this out though. Is having a type bad or good thing? How do you feel about that? Pushing P.
I would say 50-50.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with 50-50 as well, because it depends on what your type is.
Right.
That could make it detrimental to yourself, you know? I think it has to be a pattern. If you continue to date your type and it's just not working, that's when you really do need to get outside. But like, you know, in my instance where I decided, all right, let me date outside my type, you know? And it ended up worse. And I mean, I have 3 children with him, but you know.
Hold on, time out. Time out.
Now we're going to get to the juicy part.
It wasn't that bad at one point.
No, you know what it is?
Do you
that,
mind if I stroke you? I
no.
3 times.
All through the night.
No, I wish I could tell y'all that was the case, but that wasn't even the case. No, it's just, I think when you just, it feels different and you're like, okay, I act different, because when you come from a certain area, when you come from the hood, you know, you're not used to certain things. So when you date someone that's not from the hood and you experience different things, you know, you experience a different life and you think, okay, I can do this. I can, you know, and when you give up your whole life and you convert yourself to more of their life, it doesn't work. It really doesn't. You know, you still have to be true to yourself. And I completely lost myself. And that's why I say I would never do it again, because if you look at me pictures from now to, you know, well, when I was 17 to when I was married to now, those years, I don't even look like the normal, you know, the regular me. I lost myself, you know? So I think it's okay. And also, y'all don't want more kids. But, so brother.
I mean,
I
would say from a personal standpoint, my type has never worked out.
Yeah.
I've dated them, multiple that were my type, and that none of them to this day worked out. As far as from what I liked, short, whatever. But I always knew that the good girl, so to speak, with a little bit of hood in her, was ultimately the long-term goal.
Man, so that was a sweet spot.
And that was a sweet spot, because I don't need her to be too hood, because I come from that. And you can't be hood approaching me all the time with your hood, because you invite my alter ego into the equation, which is I come from a long line of pimping and stuff like that. So I don't need that. So you have to have that space where there's this, she's pretty. And by the way, I love long legs. So there you go, out there now. And it's weird, right? Like, have you ever met a girl who's short but got nice long legs?
Yeah, everybody body composition is different.
Yeah, like it's crazy. She's not taller than me, but she's got nice long legs because I like legs, right? So, but that little space right there where she's a little bit of hood, she got her, you know what I'm saying, her Claire Huxtable flow going. She can kind of do it all. Y'all can kind of work together on pretty much everything. She respects you. She looks out for you. She treats you good. That whole dynamic, I always knew that was what I wanted. It was just like, man, you gonna ever find that? And it was like, I don't know, but hey, we're blessed to be in that spot. So
yeah, and I mean, I think for me, I think as a whole, dating and when you become an adult, having a type is bad because I think you overlook things that you would normally be able to see and capture because you're looking for your norm. And humans are creatures of habit.
Yeah,
we do a lot of stuff out of habit, right?
You'll keep doing it too.
Yeah, and we keep doing it. But the crazy thing about it is it's insane because you're doing something repetitively, expecting a different result, and it's not gonna happen. It's just gonna keep happening, the same thing over and over again. So you have to step outside of that norm of what you like and maybe be able to have a checklist and say, okay, I usually like them tall. I usually like them this way, that way. But out of those three things, maybe that guy only has two. I mean, it might work. You might be able to work with that, right? So I think once you get to that point to where you're looking at wants versus needs versus your type per se, then I think you'll make a better decision on who you selecting and who you really, end up being with, and it being a better match.
I agree.
I think
I can agree with that. Just from my personal standpoint.
I was just gonna say that I think that as we mature, our type seems to kind of change. If you're correctly maturing, your type does seem to change. It might not change as far as. I'm sorry.
It becomes like a standard.
Yeah. So you might not change as far as like the outside appearances of like what you like, but mentality wise and how they talk or certain things, those are definitely going to change because, what I liked when I was 17 years old, when I was in my early 20s to now is I don't nobody want to be looking for you out in the streets, You got to mature with time and get a business or, and I think I think you have to probably set yourself maybe like a good 5 questions that really like on your first date or even before you get to the first date. Just ask those questions to really see where they are mentally so you don't even bother wasting your time. Time is so valuable. And when we invested in people, it's like, damn, you're not going to get those 2 months or 3 months back. So, we definitely want to, ask them where do you see yourself in 5 years and those things. So you might lose interest if they look like immediately.
I agree with that. I'm on the same type of level where I'm asking the hard questions. I feel like a type at a certain age, I mean, you can have a type.
I feel like a type is outside.
Yeah, that's what I feel like. I feel like
it's more outside.
Yeah, versus mentally, yeah.
So like I'm asking the things that like my standard. Like, tell me about are you involved in some kind of mental health treatment? Where are you counseling? Are you in therapy? What are you doing with that? Let me know how you handled your last conflict. You know what I'm saying? Tell me about your last relationship and a place that you could have improved yourself in that time. I'm asking those deep questions because I need to know how you handle conflict in the future. I need to know how you gonna handle the tough situations. How's
your relationship with soap and water?
How are you?
No, because you know what? I'm really big on this, and anyone I've dated, even the person I'm dating now.
It got to be a interview. My bad.
Hey, listen, I agree, Gino.
No, but
you the most important thing you have. If you're not attacking it like a job interview, then why? Like, what are we doing?
You definitely have to ask questions. But what I will say is like, and that's why I brought him up. I can't judge you off of your past. So what you did with your ex or how you handled those situations, I can't judge you off of that because she's not. I'm not.
If you was a hoe, because if you was a hoe, you probably gonna be a hoe over here, and we need to make a decision. Well, I'm gonna put you on the street, or we're gonna be together. So yes, you can hold that thing accountable.
Depends. Like,
And they
that
don't
can't
judge
get
you.
changed.
It
That-
ain't necessarily,
You can't turn into a hoe into a housewife.
it ain't necessarily about judging.
Except COVID. COVID sat them bitches down.
I think you can do that. It's just a transition that has to occur, and she has to want to change, or he has to want to change. But I think you can definitely do that. But it has to be something that they want to do.
Right.
You can't change them.
It's
Right.
not necessarily about judging the person, but it's about weeding out people who can waste your time. Like time is the most important thing. We getting older. Most of us is on the second half of life. I'm not gonna play.
Right.
You know what
No.
I'm saying?
And we ain't got time for the games that we used to have
Not at
time
all.
for.
So
And most brothers between the age of 45 and 55 is when our money start getting together. We start bossing up a little bit more. That whole thing. So things start to change as men as we progress further, as we get older. So yeah, my standards are going to change, and I'm gonna judge you off of that. And I say that respectfully because I don't always view judging as a bad thing. The judge can sentence you to life, or you can get a judgment that's good. You walking out of here. So sometimes we need to be judged for the ish we done created because you just skating around here thinking that wilding that you was doing is legit. And when you hit grown man status or grown woman status, don't nobody want to hear them excuses you got running. I don't want to hear those. Like, nigga, you just spent $10,000 on that when we were saving for this. Like, you can't. You gotta draw the line somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
All right, this is an interesting comment. So, okay, Cleisha B. Bad says you can
What's
change
up, Cleisha?
You can change a hoe into a housewife, but you can't take the hoe out of the housewife. Okay, let's talk about that for a second.
I heard it like 3 times.
Listen, we don't want to take the garden tool out of it because we like the bedroom space.
It's a transference of energy, as we call it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You just take that same energy you had out in the street and you bring it into this situation, but not for everybody, just for that guy or just for that girl. You know what I'm saying? That's a transference of energy. So that can be done, but again, it has to be an effort that they make on their own. It can't be something that, you know what I'm saying, you make them do or you force them to do. Like they gotta want to do it willingly.
Yeah, they gotta want to do it.
Yeah.
Fact.
So okay, so we we kind of at our midway point. So I want to break it down. A couple of things that I also found in psychology today, and it got 4 unexpected benefits of dating someone your type. So some of this stuff we already kind of covered. So number 1 on the list is you may learn what you want is not necessarily what you need. Right. That is a huge. I think that is the biggest part of it. Is figuring out wants versus needs. Right. Because as you're young, you going for a lot of the wants. And as you get older, you figure out that the needs is what you really need to be focused on. So that scale kind of changes to being more, need-based versus want-based. Right. So that's a big part of it. Number 2 on the list is you may learn something new or surprising about yourself.
Very true.
And that's very true. I think a lot of people don't give themselves an opportunity simply because, like we said, we're creatures of habit. We keep going and grabbing the same thing we always grabbed and getting the same result we always going to get because we're scared to step outside of that norm. You know what I'm saying? You got to step outside of that and take some chances. And, sometimes it's not going to work out, but in the odd chance that it may, you have to take that chance.
I mean, dating is a crapshoot anyway. Life is a gamble. So, take a shot every now and then.
Yeah, dating in this pissy pool that y'all in, swimming around.
I ain't in it no more. I'm out.
Hey,
I left a few dates midway through the date. I was like,
I'm out.
Oh, hold on. Let's stop in between the list. Let's hear this story. How do you leave a date in the middle? Do you just get up and say, I need to use the restroom and bounce the traditional way? How do you get up and leave in the middle of a date?
I mean, I've done it a few times. So like
you said that so casually, like I've done it a few times.
I mean, I'm not gonna waste my time. Once, I'm not gonna lie, that was a bit of an asshole move. I don't like to be touched. Like unwanted touching is just don't touch me. It grosses me out. I was married 13, 14 years, so I don't like to be groped by random people, So yeah, he was coming on too strong. So we were at a concert. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna go to the bathroom. I never came back. Another one, halfway through it, and I was like, you know what? Like, I don't want to waste your time. I don't see it going anywhere. Like, let's call the tab. Let me pay my half. And that was
Damn.
it.
Hey,
That's gotta be.
You the GOAT.
That's got to be a huge, bruh. That's got to be a huge blow to
Isn't
your
it
psyche
nice to go through the whole thing, let you
as a
pay?
guy.
I'm
No,
getting
you can't
right
vibe.
Did you leave him a tip?
I paid half the bill and half the tip.
Oh,
I'm
well,
not
see,
an
yeah,
asshole.
yeah.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I'm not an asshole. Yeah, I'm gonna pay half the bill. I'm not gonna make you spend money on me when that's not right.
Look at God. Look at God. There's somebody out there. There's a lady out there with some sense in her head that doesn't do the stuff that a lot of these ladies do, which is, you know what I'm saying, bounce, and then they're gonna do all this crazy stuff, and then they're gonna go and talk bad about you to their friends on top of all that.
You already know it's coming. Girl, did you hear about so-and-so, so-and-so? You know what I'm saying? And don't, fellas, I want to warn you out here in this game, okay? Don't you be lying to these women about your thingy thing. They're gonna talk about you. All right?
Well, you shouldn't want to do that
They gonna talk
anyway.
about you.
You shouldn't want to do that anyway, man.
Did
Like
you
they
shout? I'm telling you, fellas, don't be lying, because she gonna talk to her girls about you. I'm just saying.
She gonna talk about you regardless, whether it was good or
Facts.
bad. So it just is what it is. So you just might as well just go ahead and be open and honest up front, and you know what I'm saying, let her
Ladies,
wrap
you
that.
should fix her before you even bother to try and go down that road.
I mean, but also you got to be aware of this too, ladies. Some of y'all dated dudes that was y'all type, and all you got is a couple, 2, 3, 4 kids out of it, and you know what I'm saying. You wasn't even attracted to him sexually, so you got to be careful, man. You could bring some other ugly kids into this world.
No, you didn't go for the kids.
Ooh, well, hey,
open that Bible after this.
hey, no, it's true.
All you did was get knocked up, and you didn't get sexually pleased, and you got kids. Love the babies, but
It's
good and well.
Hold on. But it's true, because ugly adults didn't start out as cute kids. Most of the time, they've been ugly their whole life. So it's some ugly kids out here. Shout out to the ugly kids. But you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Wait, I look at ugly people the way I look at ugly dogs. Sometimes they be throwing some fun little puppies.
I mean,
Hey, listen,
sometimes that happens.
You got to be real out here, man. You got to be real out here, okay?
It be them pretty girls that don't forget though. These pretty girls really don't look like that. It'd be a lot of surgery.
Well,
shit.
you know what?
Who you having kids with?
And it be some pretty girls, because I ain't gonna lie, it was a young lady that we grew up with, you know what I'm saying, back in the day, and she had green eyes, and she had these things about her that were amazing, but she, as you get older and you look at her as an adult, you're like, she kind of ugly, dude. Like,
kind of kid.
Like, I don't understand what we saw, but it was the green eyes, it was those things.
Because I remember,
you know a pretty face. You know what's up.
I bumped into this woman like 2 years ago, and I was like, she's still beautiful. Like, we're hanging out in the same circle, and I'm like, oh, she kind of slow. Like, and not slow like you need a check, like you just kind of slow. Where I was like, you're not that cute. I think
and a lot of cute girls like ugly dudes, and the babies get the ugly dude features.
Facts.
You know why? Because they think that they're not gonna cheat. They think that this is as good as it gets. He ain't gonna get nothing better.
But you know what?
You baby.
Sometimes you lose the genetic lottery, and they go back and grab a great grandparent's nose that you ain't never seen before. And you're like, whoa, where'd this nose come from? I ain't never seen it.
Like, hey, looking like what's that Sesame Street character with the long nose?
Oh, Big Bird. Oh yeah,
one of them.
No, Snuffleupagus.
Snuffleupagus, all that. Listen, man. Listen, okay. We know you can't escape the genetics.
Yeah, see,
but
I'm telling y'all, they be the worst one.
Be careful, man. All right, you're letting some of these ugly dudes knock y'all up. All right, you didn't get pleased sexually. All of these issues going on. So, I mean, basically, man, some of y'all got to kick the my type thing. You know what I'm saying? You got the homie in your inbox who's perfect for you, and because you know what I'm saying, you know what I'm saying? You think he ugly a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Go get that brother Steve fixed. He can hook you up.
That's another
And
thing.
to the fellas, you know what I'm saying? You got to tell them now. I mean, we in the age of MAC makeup, BBLs. Man, get you an ugly girl.
You can get a breast enhancement.
Hey,
Girl,
look,
you can Barbie doll you a chick.
No, if you're gonna say get you an ugly girl and make her pretty, that's even worse. Is that what you're gonna say?
hey, get
Let me
you
tell
one.
you, because now she about to get attention that she ain't never had before. She gonna leave your ass for the next person.
Facts.
You got to super up like
Facts.
77 Chevy. You know what I'm saying? And put them plugs on.
Exactly.
A 77 Chevy.
Exactly my point. You get an old beat up one. Ain't nobody want to buy it. The moment you fix that shit, everybody and their mama want to buy it.
He said he go get him a fixer upper.
Hey man, you
a build abroad. You got to build abroad.
No, don't build yourselves abroad, y'all. She gonna
Hey,
that is very, very, very true. You can fix something up, make it look good. It becomes attractive. Now she knows that guys who didn't have her attention are attracted to her, and if she doesn't know how to handle attention, it's gonna be an issue because she thinks everything else when all they want to do is smash. And
but in today's time, you gotta look at it and say both men and women because
for sure.
Like
if a brother get his money together, he think he.
That's a fact.
What they be saying? You ain't ugly, you just poor.
Facts. Facts. Hey, like Jay-Z said, have you ever seen an ugly billionaire? I'm cute. You know what I'm saying?
Ugly. I don't give a fuck how much money you got. That man is ugly. I don't know how she wakes up and roll over to look at that man.
Hey, when she roll over in that money,
bank account.
Yeah, she roll over in that money.
It's not like she's.
I mean, listen. When you can do what you want to do, be where you want to be, you ain't got to be in his face all the time. Listen, sometimes it works.
I do not want to be 80-something-year-old and roll over to his wrinkle and just.
Well, look at it this way. If he's ugly when he's young, he's ugly when he's old, he's not going to change.
Ain't nothing wrong with being ugly, but Jay-Z is just ugly in his own bubble. That's like a whole different level.
She said it's levels to it.
There is levels to
he's
it.
The ugly boss.
Here.
He at the top.
Boss, right.
He's the ugly boss at the top.
Nothing you can fix, you know?
Somebody said ugly doesn't make them confident. So some women's type is a confident guy, especially if she's the type of chick who's on her game. If he's confident, like that motivates her a little bit more. Like that, because if you're attractive, got your stuff together, whatever, all of that, like you can't be with an insecure dude. So that matters in a sense, right?
I think that goes back to what we were talking about. A person has to be happy with themselves or they can't truly make you happy. Right. So if he's not confident within himself, but he has all this money, he's still going to do fuck shit, you know?
Right.
So it's so many things that go, it sucks because a lot of us are carrying trauma from when we were children and stuff. So
Facts.
A lot of us need to heal before we're able to even date. So many of us just jump from relationship to relationship to relationship when sometimes you need to stop, pause, and think, okay, yeah, they did this, and this, but what did I contribute to the relationship that made it fucked up? Maybe I was the problem and I thought he was the problem the whole time, you know? Or maybe it's okay to get to know people and be like I said, when I got it from the lunch date where I was like, this ain't gonna work. It's okay to look at someone and be like, I like you more as a friend, you know?
Right.
We got
on the line because you
that got to be heartbreaking to a brother. I'm just
so he drove home
in the softest way.
9 times out of 10, he probably only wanted one thing. You feel me?
You know he drove home listening to Carl Thomas or something, bro.
Let me
man, that brother got out. That brother left that date and had about 5-6 more on the call. You know that. You know how brothers operate nowadays. You know the game has changed nowadays.
Oh, I got more time for this person now. Like,
right. You know how the game is nowadays. Everybody is quick with their options. You got to be careful out here. Some people will meet you and even assume a thing about you and miss out on. Because I was told on many occasions, like, you'll never be in a relationship. And, you know, long time, it was like, yeah, you know, you ain't worth dating to be in a long-term relationship. But the right chick, yeah, she'll get the best. You know what I'm saying? But you have to be careful out here because everybody's moving so quick nowadays. So you have to be careful. You could pass over your type because you're looking for a type. You know what I'm saying? Or and just kind of overlooking what would really benefit you. And I've probably been guilty of that a few times myself.
Yeah, I think
That's what
we.
we all have. You
Yeah, I
know?
think we all have.
We
I
all
was just gonna say, yeah.
we all could have missed out on about 3 loves of our lives just
Yeah.
not messing with them, you know?
Yep.
Right.
So check this out. Let me finish this list. I got 2 more on this list, and then we're gonna hop over to the main event here. Okay, so number 3 on the list was you may be more flexible in your dating approach, right? So now instead of looking for certain things, like you may have a little broader view of things that you may start looking for, and give things a chance that you didn't give previously, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the 4th one is you may learn your attraction to a potential partner can grow over time, and that's a huge one because some people don't appeal to you maybe right away, but if you have conversations and you take certain elements of it, and a lot of things is a big problem when you say take sex out of the equation. For a lot of people, they go, oh, but when you take that away from the equation, a lot of times you see things in a lot more clearer, and you have a good conversation that doesn't involve physical attraction and start actually having a conversation with this person, then your attraction goes from, they was okay at first, but now I really like this person.
Mm-hmm.
But most of the time we don't let it get to that point because
well, that's how we end up with trash. He was saying it. I'm a lady on my morals, so I really don't like to get too much into shit like that. But I think that's how a lot of us end up with trash sex, because we're like, yeah, he has this, he has that. Like, it's okay, I'll just settle, and you end up unhappy.
Right.
I've been in one of those. I was in a 13-year situation of that.
Yeah, but you don't want to settle though. I'm not saying that. I mean, I don't think that's saying that to settle. That's just saying, to me, I interpret that as, instead of, making a snap judgment in a lot of situations, just kind of give it, instead of one conversation, give it a couple conversations. Because if I talk to you today, maybe you had a hard day at work and I hit you up because I met you the other day and I'm calling you. Maybe you didn't have such a good day. Your attitude might not be in the right space today. You might not be in the right space mentally. So it might not be a good day to have a conversation with you.
No, honestly, now that I've been out in the world a few years, I think honestly, and women hate it that I always pick the men's side, but some of these women are just horrific. You could sit here and say "Good morning, beautiful" all day, and they're like, "What do you want? Cash at me? You want my time? Give me this, give me that." And that's where, as women, we mess up because we're looking at the value. I'm gonna say we're, because I'm a woman, even though I don't do that shit, but we're looking at the value versus getting to actually know the person, So if they're saying good morning, take the time to say good morning, have a nice day, like, have you ate? What are your plans for today? Those are all important. And women, we don't, we tend to drag a conversation on when we know there's no future.
It's that instant gratification, because if you approach it with somebody's wasting my time, then you are looking at them, is this person your type? So you already view them as wasting your time. So let me get something out of it if I feel like this person is going to waste my time. So that's where I agree.
They pushed him away by asking monetary things. I'm a woman, but I think I can't speak for a man, but I think if I were a man, I wouldn't. The moment she starts saying her bills or this or that, like, I'm checking out mentally.
Oh, no doubt. No doubt.
Yeah, and some of these guys are so desperate to still be with them. They're like, "Oh, well, how can I help you? How can I don't, that's out. You don't want to play somebody, and a lot of us work hard for our money, and you don't want to do that to nobody." So I think
that's on the good side though. Mm-hmm. Like you said, you got some horrific ones out here. See, that's all they want from you, because they've already sized
you got morals and values. P got morals and values.
Yeah, I believe in karma.
Yeah, so I mean, you talking a foreign language, because a lot of these ladies they not even on that thought process. Their thought process, and a lot of them have been trained that way from their mothers, as to see what can you get out of that man. What is that man contributing to you? And they lead with that, and whatever you lead with is what you gonna be with. You know what I'm saying? Right. So in my estimation, if you on the first couple of dates and you start mentioning your bills, and we only been on 2 dates, homegirl, it's time to go.
Yeah, that's just facts.
That's red flag.
You can't pay your bills.
I'm not gonna lie. I think men too. You guys should definitely look if a woman even offers to pay for half the bill or things like that.
I
Those
agree.
those are cues that because I always do. I always offer to pay half the bill, or or sometimes I might excuse myself from the table and go pay the bill before you're even able to get to it. Just to let you know that
Shout out
I'm
to
in
your,
it the way you're
shout out
in
to
it.
Well,
your
look,
boyfriend.
look at God.
Shout out to your boyfriend.
dropping jewels on this joint. Look at God.
Tell him he got one.
He
He
got
said
him a
you
real
got
one.
one.
He got a real one.
She
That's
she
for
she
sure.
she giving it up. Props. But that is true though, because again, as you mature, my thought was is always because I'm normally used to handling things most of the time, all the time, right? If a chick offered to pay the tip without me even asking, that was always like, oh, okay, she's considerate. So I totally get that.
But it's us women too. We also look at it like, did he accept it? How quick was he able? You know what I mean?
Right.
Did I have to push it a second time? Like, if if you're already looking at me awkward during the bill, and I was gonna offer regardless to pay half, but if you're already looking awkward in my head, I already checked out because I'm like,
Right.
oh, you offered to bring me here, I was paying regardless.
Do that
But
old school pat my pockets. You know what?
And Debo style.
Dang.
You know what? I'm
I left my
fresh.
wallet in the car. Hold on, I'll be right back.
Right.
yeah, I mean, if you don't have money to pay for a date, don't take her out on the fucking date. Offer to cook her something at your house, or offer to do something. Go on a
Well,
fucking
a
hike.
chick will frown at that too because
Facts.
you got to be careful because she's like, why is he inviting me
And then
over his
she
place the
for you.
first day? So you got to. I mean, again,
right there, you got to start finding out who for you, and
Right.
Yeah, it wasn't for
okay to
you.
walk
Like, why
away.
waste your time? Why waste your money? Like,
Being okay to walk away from that. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I'm good.
ultimately, man, if y'all not on the same frequency level, it's gonna be issues there anyway. So if I'm like I said, I'm a cook. So yeah, I would invite chicks over to my house so I can cook for
I
them.
think
That's like one of my things.
more
Like, but I
healthy.
like nice dates too. So just this whole well-rounded thing that you can bring to the table. And if somebody pulls up and is like, like, why you doing this? Why you doing that? Like, this is what I enjoy to do.
I think it's more expensive to cook at your house than it is to take someone out.
Well, but then you got to be careful too, because if they see you got a nice crib, then their eyes get big.
That's true.
So you got to be careful, because if she pulling up to the penthouse and you got it, you know what I'm saying, and she a hood girl and she used to, you know what I'm saying, 45th and Normandy or whatever it is, then you got to be careful. You get what I'm saying? Because now her eyes are open because she see you got something.
She said you got stuff, and she's gonna go back and tell her friends you got stuff, and her friends got brothers who like the stuff that you got. So,
exactly.
Or she got a boyfriend that's gonna like what you got.
Exactly. And she's talking to several people already.
Mm-hmm.
So it's ways to play it out here, but
this world is ugly.
It's crazy.
Like
it can get crazy out here. It can.
No, I get that when I thought of that's, and it's funny y'all said that because I think of the same thing. That's the reason I didn't bring nobody home. You ain't come. My dogs are worth a lot of fucking money. You are not coming to this house.
Nah, you're right.
And that's the one thing guys look at. Like, I'm single. Well, not anymore, but I was single.
I finna say he about to jump on you.
No. But I was. But at that time, it's like, this is my sanctuary. This is my home. This is where my children lay their head. Like, I'm not gonna bring you in here and be in my art. This is my energy. This is my space. You can't come here and take my space.
But dog theft is huge. So we talked about that on the episode that we had you on to talk about your dogs and your business. Dog theft is huge, man. Like, I didn't know that it was like that, but we ain't gonna go deep into that topic. But so you gotta be careful with that.
Yeah, it is.
But P looked like she got a chopper though.
I'm like, where's that? Which one is it on?
She pulling the West Side gun out.
She got a gun tattooed on her neck, so that lets you know she's official.
Yeah.
I'm airing the whole block out. Mama's really gonna be looking scared as hell, but she ain't coming back home. Yeah, it's scary out here with people, and I think with dating, I think there's pros to dating your type, because like
there's a security there to a degree.
Yeah, it's safe. It's a safe bet.
Even a lot of people don't look at how like they're raising their children or how are they as a parent, Those are things that we have to see, because sometimes when you're from two different backgrounds, your values might be completely different. Just because a person has a lot of money or is hardworking, they might not ever be home with your children, or to spend time with you, or I think all those things you have to take into consideration. And sometimes, like I said, when I was married to someone that didn't grow up from my same background, they didn't appreciate the things that I appreciated.
Right. Not
That
on the same frequency.
they blow money a lot quicker than we do, because they're used to having it, and to us it's like, yo, hold on, I don't know when I'm gonna have this shit again. Like, we're used to lights getting cut off. We grew up with all kinds of so they don't know when they struggle. They stress 10 times what we do, because we're like, okay, hustle mode, this time to grind. So I think it's important that you really find out. It could be beneficial to you, and then it could not.
I can see it that way too, because playing it safe to a degree, when you're out here, you do kind of still want to go out. So you want to go out with someone, and this person is a safe choice, so to speak, just not a long-term choice. And that's where the issue comes in for me at. Because you can go out with somebody.
Definitely comes to the issue with me. We get both our asses whooped. What you mean I gotta pull out my gun? You're not gonna do nothing?
Like, yo, hold on. You ain't got no hands?
No.
Oh,
hands.
Well, that's probably about 85% of these dudes out here ain't got no hands, judging by the way these fight videos we done seen.
You see how they punch in the air, you instantly know they ain't got no hands. They fighting like this.
Yeah, I don't know what they doing. You gonna get an old-fashioned Nipsey Hussle slap messing with me.
Open hand.
Open hand, and I'm running after that. I don't want to look back like, dang, where you at? I hit you in the car already.
All right, so this is the question for everybody. Now we're gonna go around. We're gonna start with P, and we'll work our way around to G-Mo, Benji, and me. I know we all done dated somebody out there who was not our type at all. Give me a story about somebody that you dated that was not your type, and whether it worked out good or bad. Just pick one that you think that you would want to share. P, talk to the people.
I dated two of them motherfuckers. One I had children with, and no, it didn't work out at all. As much as I tried, it just wasn't there, no matter how hard you try, But I will talk about this one. So I told you guys I hate materialistic guys. And I was like, this guy's cool. I started looking at his Instagram like, oh, you're Instagram like famous. Oh, you're a battle rapper. So instantly in my head, I'm like, oh no, you're doing the most. You like attention, I don't like my men that like attention. I like my men low key. So I went ahead, and it was the first time someone actually paid for a full date for me. So for me, that was big. I was like, oh, okay. I offered to pay half and he didn't accept it, So I was like, okay, cool. Long story short, I thought he had his life together. I got fooled by the chains in the car, and this man's car got repoed out of my driveway. Come to find out, the chains is hollow. So, he owes me about $7,000 now.
Wow.
Yeah. It's bad. It's bad.
Did he have facial tattoos?
Yes, he did.
I think I might know who you're talking about. Funny though, small world, but yeah, I know some people a lot. I know a pretty good amount of people in the rap community out there in LA. So yeah, I think I might know this story. Sounds way too familiar.
You get it to a few people.
$7,000 though. How do you get finessed out of that though?
$7,000. So in the beginning, it was just like, hey, can you shoot me 100? I'm like, all right, bet. Let's see where this goes. Paid it right back to me. The next time it was like, hey, I'm at the casino. My card not working. Can you shoot me 1,000? Yeah, bet. All right, let's try it. Shot him 1,000, paid it right back to me. So my dumb ass, I got finesse. What he was doing is poking little by little to you borrow them out. My dumb ass got fucking. But I started really dating him. So when I date you, I fuck with you. When you go through tough times, I'ma rock with you. And I would help him, and he would pay me back. I would help him, and little by little, the tabs started to get, bigger and bigger. And to the point where I was like, I don't want to date you no more. It got to the point where I was only staying in the relationship so he paid so I could get paid back. Then it was
Right.
like, no, I don't even want this, like, and he really wasn't my type, and that's why I'm like, I'll never date, and that's the reason I don't like the flashy or because you're not who you say you are. You're pretending to be something that you're not. You either have it or you don't. That's exactly what he was doing. He was checking his credit limit. But and it's funny because I've warned people like, oh yeah, I knew it, but my dumb ass, as I was going through, I'm like, nah, I'm good. And it's just some people are just so good at it, and this person still tries to become a part of my life. He has begun to pay me back, and he knows that I will never date him again, but he is paying me back. I will say that. But
Okay.
he will never, he will never I would never do it again.
That's dope.
Yeah.
At least he's paying you back.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if he really got a choice,
Oh.
But, yeah, I don't know if he really got a choice, baby boy.
I mean, there's ways to get your bread back. And I've always said if a dude owe a girl money and he's not paying it back and she's not trying to get it back, she still got feelings for him. So you might as well go on, fellas, go on sidestep and leave that alone.
No, I want my paper.
Exactly. But see, a woman who wants her money is a different story.
My bread. Like, it did get to the point where it was kind of like, because I had to step into my new situation, it was at the point where I didn't want to disrespect him by, talking to the other person. So I did tell him like, yo, this person owns me bread. You can look at the messages. Literally, my messages only reply back to like, where's my money? Where's my
Right.
But it gets to the point where it's just, you just ask back for it.
And that's respect. I think any man who operates in that space would respect that.
Oh no, he was quick to be like, he owes you money. How much? Where he at? Like,
facts.
It's quick to, but I would never do it again. Dating outside my type. I knew what it was, and I saw everything. I saw how he was living, and I have too big of. I wear my heart on my sleeve. I be trying to give the people the benefit, So I'm not doing that again.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, we get that. That's for sure. Yeah, you went through a lot right there, Gmo. Let's talk. Let's talk, man. I mean, I know you got some interesting stories coming from the Lou. I know you got some interesting stories.
You look stressed out just thinking about it.
The scars.
Hey, so
he's singing that old piece song, My War Wound.
First thing first, if I dated you before 2016, you ain't my type no more. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead and it ain't no hopes, you know what I'm saying? But honestly, man, I really don't have a lot of my not my type like dating. It didn't go for as far as if you wasn't my type. Like you probably caught me like night after the clubs on some Hennessy, and then you know what I'm saying, you was my type that night. But I didn't really do a lot of engaging. I mean, I think I know it's a point in period where, St. Louis real hood. Like it's like the whole city is a hood, you know what I'm saying? And so being in the hood, you got the hood spots, hood clubs. They got certain drinks that you only order at them hood spots, your tequila sunrises, your blue motherfuckers, stuff like that. And so I remember taking a little chick out on a date. And I think this when I was transitioning, when I was like, I ain't as hood as I thought I was no more. So, I took this chick out.
Like the sidewalk.
Yeah, I finally started kind of getting at her a little bit more, and she finally gave me some play. But I knew she was a little hood twerker that used to be twerking in the club, and I was like, I'm gonna see what's up with that. So I take her out to a nice restaurant. So I'm dressed nice. I'm on my thing. You know what I'm saying? We go out there. I'm opening doors. I'm giving her all the lady treatment, all the gestures. We sit down and we get
opening doors and all of that, huh?
All of that, man. You know what I'm saying? Usually you let them walk in by themselves, but you know what I'm saying? I goes in there. We sit down and we relaxing, nice table, and I think we is I don't know where we at, man. Some nice steakhouse. I want to say Roof Chris, but I'm not sure. But we went and we sit down, and the lady like, hey, how's it going? Welcome in. It's your first time. You know how they do when you come to the table. And she was like, can I get y'all something to drink? So I'm like, go ahead. You let the lady order first. Go ahead, baby. Do your thing. And she was like, y'all got blue motherfuckers? Killed me.
No.
I was like, bro. the lady looked at her, and she looked at me, and she looked at her, and she said, "Excuse me," and then she was like, "Blue motherfuckers," you know. And the lady looked at me again, and she was like, I'm not familiar.
He looked at you like, run.
I'm over on the side.
This is the chance.
I'm like, God. So I'm like, well, I was like, this our last day, cuz.
Grand opening, grand closing.
Yeah, I was like, this a wrap. I was like, let me get her fed and get her home. You know what I'm saying? And it was that was one of the things where I knew she wasn't really my type. But it's one of them things, man. When we get to a certain age, you got to know balance. You got to know where you at. You got to read the room. And maybe she didn't know. Maybe she just never been outside of the hood and she ain't know no better. But then I should have known better and not even brought her to that type of environment. You know what I'm saying? So
look at you was trying to be fancy.
Yeah, you was trying to expose her to some new things.
Yeah, fine
I
things.
put something on her palate, but she ain't get that blue motherfucker. You know
What did she end up getting?
We got to go to the $2 Tuesday spot for that. You can't get that in here.
Taco Tuesday, fam. That's all.
Also, you gotta ask her, like, you know,
Damn taco with it.
What's to eat at? What do you know? You gotta see what she's already accustomed to.
Yeah, I play myself. I was so embarrassed, bro. Like I was like, damn. The lady looked at me like, bro, what is she saying?
Translation.
Oh, I feel bad for you folks.
Yeah, that's hilarious, bro. Benji, talk to the people. I know you got one.
I'm trying to decide if I should talk about the lesbian girl who was bald-headed, who wore wigs. Or
yeah, I like to hear that one.
Yeah,
let's
hold
hear
on.
that.
No, kid, I'm gonna have to say that one for sure.
Like it was the safe choice. The second one sounded interesting too.
I mean, I'm gonna say that one, Ken, because that's a hot one. I'm gonna give you this one, okay? Because this one always stands out in my memory. All right. So I dated this chick, right? And she was pretty well off, 6 figures. Eventually, you know, she had her own crib, drove a Porsche. And my homie Thornton, if he's watching this show, he would clarify this because I sent him the video in his messenger this night. So I don't like my girl to be a party girl. Like not like wild party girl, right? Like we can go out, we can chill, whatever, cool. But like, and she can't drink like a lot. So I dated this chick and I didn't know off the top that she was both. Pretty Hispanic chick, looked well put together, the whole nine, everything. All right. Met her for the first time. Matter of fact, I should have known something when I pulled up on her because she had to take an Uber to the restaurant. She was like, I'm gonna take an Uber to the restaurant, just meet me here. So I was like, all right, cool. You know, I wasn't thinking at the time, right? Come to find out she had a breathalyzer in her car. She can't drive. So I didn't know this. So I pull up to one of my favorite spots because, you know, this chick, she fine. So I'm thinking like, all right, cool. Pretty face, long hair, the whole nine, everything. Super dope. Pull up, dog, and I'm in there. We getting our food. We chilling. The first thing she wanted some drink. So I'm thinking like, all right, you know, we're going to toast, you know what I'm saying? First time meeting, we're cool, we're straight. Well, all right. Bro, she wouldn't stop. Like, she kept, like, pounding them back. And I'm just watching, bro, like, oh, snap. Like, bro, she started crying at the table, dog. Like pissy drunk. And then tried to get up and walk to the restroom. I'm a gentleman, right? Try to walk and almost fell. So I'm like, oh, man. She gets to the bathroom. I call the waiter over. I'm like, yo, do not bring no more drinks over. Like, I'm sitting with a female across from me, and this chick is crying, like, going, like, she comes back. She wants more drinks. She gets pissed off that the dude wouldn't bring no more drinks. So it's like, yeah, it's time to roll. By this time, dog, she is hammered. Like, done. Like, can't drive, no nothing. And I'm like,
she can't drive anyway.
What'd you say?
She can't drive anyway.
Right. I didn't know this. So, but she's so drunk, I don't know where she lives.
Oh, man.
So I don't know. So I'm literally, dog, like I had to get her into my car and like yo, like, where you live at? Like, I don't know where your house at. Like, I don't know where you live. Da 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 da. This and that. And she paid for everything, right? And I don't know where the chick live, bro. I promise you, I'm driving. She gives me like this address, so I'm driving to the address, and I don't know where this chick live, and she's drunk. And the broad told me open the door on the freeway. She wanted to get out on the freeway, dog. Like, and I'm like, yo. So, bro, I had to pull over. I literally turned into my brother for a minute, and I was like, yo, like, get out of my car, like, for real. But then, like, I had to, like, I didn't want this girl, you know what I'm saying, out there drunk, you know what I'm saying, whatever. So I was like, all right. She gave me an accurate address, bro. I got her home, dog, and man, you talk about like relieved, because man, that was probably one of the worst dating experience I ever had. But you know what I did because she was fine? I took her out again.
No, you didn't.
I promise you I did. And my partner Thornton can confirm this because I probably still got the message in my phone
right now.
But when she bought her Porsche, she hit me up and she was like, you know how I am. You know I'm about to go get drunk. I'm gonna come to your house. You drive my Porsche, make sure I get home, get safe, da 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 da, this and that. She paid me that night. I promised to God. She was a lesbian.
You was driving Miss Daisy.
I promise you, dog. Like, she walked up to this white couple and asked them that night, like, hey, I got $1,000. Let me take your girl home. And the dude agreed, and they went home with each other that night. And yeah, you talk about wild. So I got some wild stories, bro, out there in the dating game.
Horrific dating stories of one date. I thought y'all did a whole dating experience if not your type. You talking about one bad date. I got a few of them bitches.
Listen, and when I say I learned certain things that I never would do again while I was dating, trust me when I say I did. So yeah, that one was quite interesting. Let me hold on.
You did not learn your lesson because you went for a second time.
Well, I didn't. It wasn't like really a date the second time. It was just to make sure that because I knew she got sloppy drunk, and it was like, yo, I didn't want her to. You know what I'm saying?
That man missed his shot the first time. He was like, let me see if I can get this layup. You know what I'm talking about?
I mean, Ken, you know, layups is easy. Come on, dog.
Yeah.
Come on, dog. Come on. Yeah, I still got the video right here in my phone. This one is hilarious, though. Because, yeah, man, like, it's wild out there. And I'm going to tell you, when you get out of it, you are relieved. I can promise you that.
Oh, yeah.
See, I only have one story like that. You know what I'm saying? One story that stick out in my mind. And it goes back to the 36-year-old that I dated when I was 18. Everything was wrong with that situation. But in my young mind, it wasn't wrong at that time. But as the time went on, like, we really was dating. Like, we was going out to eat and things. Like, she had somebody babysitting her kids. Like, she was treating me. So, you know, as an 18-year-old, like, I had my car and I had, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, when you 18, you got your car, you want some speakers, you want rims and stuff like that. So she was sponsoring me for pretty much. Right. So, you know, I was like, hey, you know, I need these Daytons, you know what I'm saying? They 15 inch, you know what I'm saying? Front wheel drive. She was like, how much are they? Yeah, 100 spokes. She was like, how much are they? I was like, they $5.99, you know what I'm saying? Rims and tires, you know what I'm saying? Over at this little shop in Grove. She was like, all right, well, you know, the next couple of weeks we'll make that happen. So, needless to say, you know, she said she was going to cut me a check for it and she was going to put it in my mailbox. So over those next 2 weeks, you know, we went on a few dates and I'm having a great time. She bought me a couple of sweaters like Mike Epps. She bought me 2 sweaters, you know what I'm saying? And she treated me real nice and I'm feeling, you know, feeling like the man. I'm telling my guys at work, you know, old girl that came through, you know what I'm saying? That grown woman, you know what I'm saying? She treating the brother real nice. Yeah, it was all wrong, right? So we got to the spot one night. Now, this is the day before she was supposed to cut the check for me, right? So we got to the spot, we chilling, we talking, and I'm asking questions now because we've been talking for a few weeks, 2 or 3 weeks now. So I'm starting to put 2 and 2 together. I'm like, where are these kids at? You said you got 3 kids, but I'm, you know, like you don't, like you always out and about. Like you up at the mall, like you going out with me. Where are these kids at? So, I start asking questions. So it just wasn't adding up, bro. So I'm like, where do you work at? Like, what kind of work you do? Because you be at the mall an awful lot. Somebody somebody had hit me up. There was a bulletin at work that somebody was coming and stealing things from the store, and it was large ticket items. If you know household stuff, the really expensive comforters and stuff that you can buy, and people will steal those and return them.
She was
And
a booster?
she was a booster. I didn't know it.
Wow.
So I'm 18 years old. I'm working at the store, and she was a booster. She was stealing every day. That's why she was at the store so much. She was stealing every day.
Dang.
So
Let me find out she was running out with them Dayton's out the tire shop.
but check this out though. So I'm on a date. I'm asking all these questions. And she's starting to, look at me kind of crazy, like you're asking a bunch of questions. And I'm like, all this stuff that we're hearing at work and stuff is starting to kind of add up to, what I'm saying, some of the stuff that you're saying. You are at certain areas at certain times, and you're always around town, East Mall, all these different malls. Like, what the heck kind of work are you doing? So, the date didn't go too well. It didn't end too well. Now we go home. She had back in the day, everybody knows the Suzuki Sidekick Jeeps. Everybody was loving the Jeep. She had a Jeep with gold 100 spokes on it. So, I'm like, dang, tomorrow, boy, I'm gonna get up on these 100 spokes. You know what I'm talking about? Everything gonna be popping. So I get up the next morning, I call her, like, man, what's the deal? What's going on? You know what I'm saying? What we doing today? You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, cut that check. She was like, nah, I probably won't be seeing you no more because, I think I'm just gonna go a different direction. I'm like, dang, last night went that bad. And the day before I get the check, you played me. I get to work that day. It's a picture of her on the bulletin board.
Dang.
They have a warrant out for her arrest, so that's why she wasn't able to come back, because I guess she got wind that she had a warrant that morning, so she just cut all ties to me. So it was one of those things of, see, I didn't date at that point. I wasn't dating no chick that was a big chick, you know what I'm saying, because she was 300 plus pounds, bar none. She was a big lady. I never dated anybody that size before. She was cute, but she had kids, and I said, I'm too young to be dating somebody with kids. All these red flags for me and things that I know that I should not have been doing. But, you know what I'm saying? I was like, oh, what can I get out the situation? Yeah, I was bopping. You know what I'm saying? I was trying to get my ride up. You know what I'm saying? I'm a young fella just trying to have things out here.
My ride.
Yeah. Hey, I was just a young fella just trying to have things out here, man.
Right. At 18, I mean, come on, who wouldn't have been happy to be on the 100 spot?
But like, now that
you're
you were an adult then, but now that you're, you're mature now. Have you ever bothered to see whatever happened to her? Like, you ain't never bothered to Google her?
You know what?
I would have Googled her just for shits and giggles.
You know what? Here's the crazy thing. I don't even remember her last name. I just remember her first name.
Did you turn her in?
Nah, you know what?
I was snitch, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
You know what? Hold on. But this is the crazy thing.
I'm telling.
They watched video footage of when she was coming in and out the store, and they followed her on the cameras. So when she was coming in the store, she was coming to talk to me every time. So they called me in the office and like, are you part of this? I'm like, whoa.
Wow.
Whoa.
Hey, you didn't get your rims. Imagine you would have pulled up with your brand new rims at work.
Hey, if you'd have pulled up on them 100 spokes, Ken, and the little blue ride you had.
Say, man, it would have been all bad, man. It would have been all bad. It would have looked crazy. Like, all this stuff is coming up missing. I'm talking to this grown lady, and then I pull up with these rims, because everybody in the parking lot. When you go out and leave work, everybody look at everybody's car. So they would have said something. I can't got the new hundreds. You know what I'm saying? And then all of a sudden, now he dating this chick, and she boosting from the store, 2 and 2 together. You know what I'm saying? He the inside guy.
She really was stealing comforters and shit.
Man, I dodged the bullet with that one, and I knew from that point forward, like, you can't you can't be, you know what I'm saying, like, going too far outside the realm of kind of what you like and what you're used to. And as an adult, like I said, you got to look at more of the needs than the wants, because the wants gonna get you in trouble.
That is facts, though. That is facts.
Because we all
It'll
want
get
some
you a
stuff.
lot of headaches, unnecessary heartaches if you're not careful.
Yeah.
I'm just curious if she still got the Suzuki, man. I ain't gonna lie.
It's a classic.
I'm just curious how she was like. You said she was heavier set. How she was running out the building with all them like comforters and shit. That's what
no. She wasn't by herself. See, it was another chick.
It was a whole group of them.
They had a whole ring. They had a whole ring.
Boosting was big money back then.
Boosting is still up. You know how much should I buy from Boosters?
They had a whole ring. They had a whole ring. And you know what?
Program, I still buy off of them.
Right?
Those comforters were like probably like $200 a pack. You know what I'm saying? Right. So like she was making a nice little knockoff of them, and she was hitting, you know, around Dallas at that point. It was probably about 5 or 6 malls in the Metroplex. So like they was hitting all the malls, and they weren't just doing the comforters. They were just getting the comforters from Sears, because where the comforters were located upstairs on the second floor, it was close to the opening that goes into the mall. So they were just like grabbing them and walking out. So
crazy.
Yeah, it all made sense. Which isn't
surprising though, because you know everybody had their hustle back then trying to finesse. So
bruh, she almost got me put under the jail with her, and I think that's probably where she ended up, bruh. To be honest with you, because everything that revolved around her, when the conversations, when I thought about it in retrospect, like especially as I got old and I thought about that situation, everything she was doing was a hustle. Everything, you know, and the hustle is not bad, you know what I'm saying, in the sense of the word, you know what I'm saying, because we all hustle, but like she was doing illegal crap, you know what I'm saying, bad check writing, boosting, you name it. So the check she was gonna write me was probably hot.
Facts. Okay, so out of all 4 of our stories, who got the worst?
Me? I'm still owed 7 bands.
7 bands, yeah. I think so.
Yeah,
I think so.
Yeah, I'll take that.
7 bands.
Yeah,
that's tough.
I have to say, you got the worst end of the stick.
That's tough. But you know, like I said, I think we all learned as we go, as you get older, as you should. You know what I'm saying? But the thing that I want people to take away is start looking at more of your needs than your wants.
Facts.
That's the biggest takeaway from all of this. And you know, at this point in our lives, like, I just turned 40.
Them wants could get you in some trouble.
Well, at this point in life, you know what I'm saying, a lot of the things that you wanted, you already had them. So, you know what I'm saying, now it's about living. It's about quality of life. It's about making sure you good, making sure your family's good, your kids, and things of that nature. Because at this point, you know, some of us, you know, like I'm 40 plus, like you're looking for different things at this level in life. So, you know, a lot of the stupid stuff that you wanted as a young person, now you done had that and moved on. So now it's time to focus on some realistic things and trying to build with somebody. So you got to be looking at the things that you need and making sure that person can supply the needs and you can supply their needs, that, you know, that the things that they check off, and you all kind of balance each other. Because one thing about it is you people date people because of the things that, you know what I'm saying, like y'all have in common, but you also want to find somebody who doesn't have certain things in common so they could balance you, right? Because if you're good financially and she's not, then you can be the person that takes care of the finances, right? Or both, or, you know, hopefully both of you are good, but you can't have 2 people that are bad financially together, because that's not going to work.
Just facts.
Right. You got to find somebody that helps balance you too. So it's a lot of things that you could look at, and we'll definitely do a whole episode on that one too. But you know, as far as a type can be used as a framework, but it shouldn't be the whole of what you're doing.
I agree.
Right. You can use it as a framework, but it can't be, this is my type and this is my end all be all. It got to go a little bit beyond that at this point in life. Because
some of y'all types is yeah, I'm gonna leave that alone.
All right, so that's what I'm gonna leave y'all with. So before we get up out of here, y'all already know we go around, we give everybody an opportunity to say some final words and to let you know where to find them on social media. So Pushing P, talk to the people, let them know where to find you, let them know some final words.
Okie dokie. Well, I appreciate you guys having me on here. It's always
pleasure to have you back.
It's a pleasure meeting you. Do I call you G-Mo or just Mo?
G-Mo, cool.
Okay. So Gmo, was a pleasure being on here with y'all. Y'all can find me at Pushing P Bullies on Instagram, as well as Pushing P Bullies on Facebook. For those who don't know, I sell Frenchies and bullies, and I just got back into the Prince of Canarios. So dog needs, holla at me. I do everything.
Sure.
Well being, whatever you guys need. Any questions? You're more than I'm friendly, so you're more than welcome to message me, and I'll help you guys out with that. And just be picky. Be picky, y'all. Like, this is the person that you might possibly spend the rest of your life with, and it's okay to be picky. We got one life to live, and just don't live it fucked up. We already are at, most of us are already past our 30s, so you
Right.
don't want to waste more time. So pretty
Fact.
much
And she said message her about dogs. She didn't say if you a dog to message her. It's a
no,
different connotation to that.
about the dogs.
Yeah,
If you
about the dogs, not because
yeah,
you are a dog.
Right.
She ain't having that. So yeah,
I'm not
yeah.
all dog friendly. Just the ones that I have actual fur and bark.
Facts. Yeah, y'all holler at her, man. She got some amazing dogs, man. We had her on the show a few weeks back. She's very knowledgeable, so you can trust her judgment and things. And if you don't make a purchase from her, she can help you with
Oh yeah,
information on making a
I'm not a
purchase
hater.
in
I
your
will
local
point you.
area.
Yeah, I will point you in the right direction in your state. I'm known pretty much. I'll be. I think I told you guys I'll be in Canada in August. Just there.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I also do podcasting as well. So I interview a lot of the bigger breeders. So you can also find me at the Exotic Network. That's the name of the podcast, and that's on YouTube as well. So we strictly talk
Facts.
about dogs on there.
Facts. Facts. Well, we appreciate you joining us again. We'll definitely have you back. You're definitely interesting. We love your perspective and your commentary.
I,
So yeah, we love it. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Gmo, talk to the
Dude,
people, man.
man, if you want to find me, you can find me on Instagram at Gmo the Great. Um, Facebook at Gary Grant. That's my government. You know what I'm saying? Don't try it. You know, I only got nothing to promote today, so I appreciate if you want to support me. Go holler at Push and P and check out some bullies. You know what I'm saying? So
Thank
like,
you.
so all love, all love. My thing for closing out the show, man, my tidbit, um, when picking a type, before picking a type, make sure you're your own type. I'm gonna say that
Mm,
again.
uh,
Make sure you're your own type. A lot of us go out here and we look for people to make us whole.
mm.
And it's nobody else's job to make you whole. You got to be whole already. They got to be the cherry on top. You know what I'm saying? So whatever you're doing out here, make sure that you're happy with self, date yourself, understand yourself, know yourself, be your own type, be the type of person, put that work in and be the type of person that you would want to have somebody to bring something to the table for. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, be your own type. That's my little tidbit.
All right,
lift your
this is
hand.
lift your hands moment. Lift your hands moment. All right, pass the collection plate. All right. Appreciate you, my brother. And as always, man, we definitely gonna have you back. You know, Gmo's
All
family.
love.
So y'all can look for
Gmo
Gmo
first
on
cousin. So
yeah, so y'all can look for Gmo on more episodes to come. So again, we appreciate both of them for joining us today. My guy Benji Banks, the man, the brand. Talk to the people.
hey man, listen. Respect your determination, man. Like if you're one of those determined people, respect it because there's a lot of people who aren't determined like you are. So if you're one of those determined people, man, like respect that and understand that you can't always be around a bunch of people who aren't determined like you are because they look at you a little different. You're doing too much. You're trying to be too much. You're trying to accomplish too much, whatever the thoughts running through their head. And if you let their perception get on you, which is naturally built in you to be determined and to be successful, listening to them will cause you a lot of headache. All right. So I say, man, out in this dating game, I was in it for a long time. And trust me when I tell you, you meet some interesting people. So whenever you encounter people who just aren't on the same frequency as you, believe it, man. Like they just, it just ain't there. And if you try to make it happen, like if you got to make something happen in a lot of cases with people, usually that's what you're going to have for the rest of the duration of that relationship, trying to make somebody do something. And when you get to my age, 45, pushing that age and you're trying to get there, you ain't got time to be focused on the petty little things. Who she hollering at, who this, who that, and who that. Man, I'm trying to build something so my baby can pay for this college, so we can do this, so my this, and grandbabies and all of that. You just ain't got time for the petty stuff. So I say, man, just respect your passion, respect what you got going on, and find you somebody that's in that same wavelength, or somebody that's greater than you in that wavelength. Don't necessarily mean that they got to have the largest bag in the world, but if they determine, they're going to make something happen. So stick with it, man. Respect that passion that you got, and follow through on that, and goodness going to come to you.
Facts. Talk to the people about where they can find you, my brother.
Yeah, they know where they can find me. Benji Banks, you can't miss me. You go on my Facebook, listen, you can't help but see it in the thing. Benji Banks, signature reinvented. Instagram, BRB4701. That's where we do all our marketing and stuff like that for our events and pool parties and sipping paints and wine and all of that. I got it all, man. I done did it all and did some of it all. So go look at your boy and check me out.
Big facts. All right. Y'all already know y'all can find me on all social media platforms. Just type in Big Ken Comedy and I'll pop right up. So y'all can find me at Big Ken's Comedy on IG, Big Ken's Comedy on Twitter, Big Ken's Comedy on Facebook. Y'all can catch the Fiyah Session on all social media platforms. Just type FIYAH on all social media platforms and we'll pop right up. And go to YouTube, support us on YouTube, big YouTube, and hit like and subscribe and hit the little bell so you get notifications when we have new content that pops up. Y'all, we building something great. We building a big brand. We appreciate y'all supporting the love, and we appreciate everybody for tuning in to this episode live and jumping in the comments. We love the comments. Y'all are entertaining. We go back and we definitely read the comments because we couldn't get to all of them, but we definitely go back and read through and respond. So be on the lookout for those responses to no replies. Y'all make sure y'all tune in each week. We have another topic. We have another interview. We have something dope. Y'all already know how we do it. It's the Fiyah Session. Y'all keep us locked in and y'all just keep rocking with us. Peace.
Yeah. Keep hitting that comment section up.
Thank you for joining us today. Please follow us on all social media platforms. Just search Fiyah Session.